So there's enough oil in the pepperoni and the cheese to make it greasy and wet, so you don't want and we're not creating something that's artistic. As I told y'all the other day when we were dating, I asked my bride what she wanted on a pizza, and she said mushrooms and pepperoni. I didn't care much for them, but I've been eating mushrooms on my pizza for 44 years, I think. And then this is time consuming. Before you start this project, you should turn your oven on and remove everything from your oven. And what I'm doing is taking 2 pieces of pepperoni and go all around the outside. And usually you can get a 3 coverage on it, but they sell this by weight. I haven't looked, maybe that doesn't weigh as much as you used to, but if they had the slicing machine cut off a little bit, sometimes you won't have enough for 3 times coverage. I don't know why they're just sticking together a little more. This isn't an art project. My wife is becoming a camera person. I think that's the first time she's ever had a video camera in her hand. And the object of the game is to cover the entire pizza with 2 slices. And since the oven's on, normally I can take the dough out, make the pizza up, and by the time the pizza's ready, the light goes off on the range and we put it in. Now this is what I've got left. In case there's not enough to go all the way around the pizza with the 3rd one, I generally start doing every other one. And if you're going to have extras, you need it on the outside. It gets congested on the inside. And the reason you do it this way is that the bottom piece of pepperoni melts into the pizza. The top one, I'm putting a few remaining ones around the outside, and the top one gets crispy like Canadian bacon, and the middle one is perfect to eat. And I'm going to cut this camera off. Well, the oven's set on 400. The light just went out. Open it up, put it on next to the top shelf. Put 20 minutes on your timer and hit the button. You all have probably used these kind of things, the people that fool with dough, but they're really a great tool working with dough. Everybody needs a pizza cutter. Everybody needs a rolling pin. We got an old-fashioned one. And this is where we lay the dough out and make the pizza up. And we flip it over and we put the pizza on this, and you can tell by the stains in it, we do wash this board after we use it, that it has had a lot of pizzas on it and a lot of cuts made by pizza cutters. And I told you about this on the other part of this video, and my wife's grandmother, I believe it was throwing away her cabinet that had that flour unit in the top left hand side, and it was pretty much shot. Everybody in the old days used them until they were worthless and it couldn't be fixed anymore, and it was time to get something new. And I said, do you mind if I have this part? And she said no, and I reached over there, grabbed the handle and pulled it out of the machine, and we've had it ever since. Now all we got to do is wait a few minutes for pizza. Alright, the timer went off. Now you know why I have these pliers. If you take your pizza cutter and put it under that, And just do it like that. I put that fry pan there so it'll hold it. And that's all you got to do. In the wintertime it's great, you'd have all that residual heat. Now the air conditioner has to work harder. And then you would also look at the pizza, and if there's a lot of grease on it, you can tilt them. If you let it sit a minute, the cheese will congeal a little bit. I think we can live with that little bit of grease. If you really wanted to, you could just sit it in a couple puddles and soak it up. There's a lot on the meat. Normally speaking, if it's much to it, you can just raise it up to the lowest corner and the liquid will all flow that way. See where it's going? And if you don't want a lot of grease on your pizza, you can either hold this on the side and let it suck up, or you can stuff it up under the edge and keep it up in the air. It just takes off some of that surface oil that comes in the stuff. And the old pizza cutters, hit it and smash, hit it and smash, hit it and smash, hit it and smash. I was never a pizza man that could go whap, 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 and it was done. I usually take a pancake turner, put one on a pizza like that, rotate it around, and my wife can show you her dinner. And she likes Parmesan cheese on hers. Bon appetit!